I'm in Monaco for the day to answer the question, is Monaco fun if you're not rich?
See, today I'm putting Monaco's reputation to the ultimate test. Can you actually have fun here on a budget? This is Monaco, a place where billionaires park their yachts, and even a coffee can feel like a luxury purchase. This salad here is legitimately 20 euros for a salad, but instead of splurging, I'm setting myself a rule. 15 USD, aka 13 euros, for the whole day, as this mission is to see if the world's most expensive city can be fun if you're not, a billionaire. And why am I doing this? Well, because I love proving that you don't need a big budget to go on a big adventure. So far in my Europe series, I've been to Paris, Strasbourg, Colmar, the Ez Village, and always found a way to experience a lot, even, on a budget. But Monaco seemed like the final boss of budget travel, and I couldn't resist the challenge. So can you actually experience Monaco for $15? Let's find out.
Oh, by the way, subscribe.
Now, when you think of Monaco, you obviously think of the legendary Yacht Harbour. So this is Port Hercules, also known as Hercules Harbour, and it's pretty impressive. Walking along here was just absolutely insane. See, it's 16 hectares large. It's pretty big, and it's got up to 700 luxury vessels, including mega yachts that are over 100 meters long.
That yacht has a helicopter. If your yacht doesn't have a helicopter...
And then I couldn't think of anything inspirational to say. I've never seen a yacht with a helicopter. So we kind of just walked around because, I don't know if you know this, but renting a yacht costs more than $15. So that wasn't in the budget, but it was still pretty cool to walk around, This is insanely gorgeous. But Monaco has more to offer than yachts, apparently. So then we went to Monaco's Japanese garden. Now this is completely free, okay? So we're staying well within the $15 budget. Before even entering the garden though, I got distracted by the sidewalk.
I don't know why, but this is the richest looking river I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's like way too fancy. All right, let's step inside Monaco's Japanese garden. So this was created in 1994 at the request of Prince Rainier III, fulfilling Prince Grace's love for Japanese design. Now, it was pretty small, I won't lie, but it was very, very pretty. The garden was feeling a bit coy. That was a stupid joke. There's koi fish. Now, if you don't keep up with the local fish prices of the world, koi fish are extremely expensive. So you might be looking at thousands of euros worth of koi swimming in here. But hey, we're in Monaco. What did you expect? Some goldfish? Some $2 goldfish? No, even the fish are calling me broke.
Ew,
$15
you can't even get a sponsor.
Last fact about this place, it was actually designed by a grand prize winning Japanese landscape architect, and he brought a team over from Japan to Monaco to ensure that every single detail, from the bridges to the placement of each rock, followed authentic Zen principles. Now, after sweating profusely, it was time for some breakfast, and some of these prices are reasonable. Others? What is happening here? Now, I'm presuming for someone who lives in Monaco, they would pay 17 euro for a thon confit, whatever that means. But that's out of my budget, so I went with this croissant. If you're keeping track, that's €1.70 out of our budget. Then I walked up the mall and went to a park to eat my croissant. The restaurant prices, the cafe prices, everything, absolutely insane. I saw a 20 euro salad. That's 40 Australian dollars. It's not. This here was the cheapest thing we could find. So I ate the croissant, and the rush of flavors, the delicious French flavors.
I did expect it to have almond inside. Wait, does it not?
I was too quick to judge the next bite. That's where it happened.
No, Ralph, maybe. That's getting the lowest rating so far of food. I can see why it was 170.
Maybe I was a bit harsh, but I'd had some pretty incredible food in Paris. If you haven't seen that, subscribe, you're missing out. I then did some local Monaco bird watching. If you don't know, this here is a duck. But I can't bird watch all day. It was time for the next activity, and that was exploring the Monte Carlo Hotel. Now, it costs to go in there, and of course, that's not in my budget, but you can look at the outside, and you can bet that I did. Now, this is famous for two reasons. A, I filmed this video here, but B, the James Bond movies were filmed here, specifically GoldenEye and Never Say Never. Now, this street had all the famous shops you would think that, require guards at the door, and there was a ton of rich people there. I even ran into a friend.
No, thank you, Bill. I like what you're wearing.
Then, after GoldenEye, it was time for Golden Foot. Huh? What am I talking about? Well, we're at this place now. So this here is the Champions Promenade. It's basically the Walk of Fame, but for football legends. By football, I mean soccer. Sorry, Americans, it's football. Now, I don't know any soccer players, I recognize like 2 of them, but it was kind of cool to see, and from up there you get this really cool view of the yachts once again. When you look at the yachts and everything here, it's just crazy. I mean, there's so much money here. 1 in 3 residents in Monaco are millionaires. Yeah. So I was there just before they were setting up for the Monaco Grand Prix. This is a very, very big event. So yeah, there's quite a lot of construction going on with the seats and setting up the actual racetracks and everything. I'm guessing I would have definitely gone over the $15 budget if I went during the Grand Prix. If you haven't seen Cars 2, it's basically one of the biggest sporting events in the world. It's massive and all the celebrities are there, all the rich people. But since there wasn't cars to look at, it was time to look at some markets. That's right, we went to the markets. See, looking at flowers is completely free, and they're actually really gorgeous. So if you're in Monaco and you want to, look at some fruit and veg and flowers, then this place is really cool. And right next to it, which is the real reason we went there, is for the food court. Now, all I've eaten today is a croissant, so it's time for a lunch. And what better place than to go here, this food court. It has absolutely everything you need at a reasonable price, unlike some of the restaurants. So it was time to find a meal that would stick within the budget, and we decided to share this. It was $11.50 for the salad and dessert, plus a Coke, which was like €3. So now in total, we're at €8.10 each. Luckily, we've been sharing everything. I mean, I say luckily, I'm still hungry even after eating that lunch. But still, onwards we go. Now it was time to walk up these very long steps to get to the next location. And at the top of this hill were some incredible views of Monaco. But that's not why we were there. We were there for this very famous landmark. This is the Prince's Palace of Monaco. This isn't just some fancy building. It's actually home to Monaco's royal family. By the way, every day at 11:55 sharp, soldiers in crisp white uniforms march and twirl in front of the palace, and this is known as the changing of the guard. So this palace sits here perched up the top of the Rock of Monaco. As it's known, when you look up photos of Monaco, you've probably seen this famous cliff, hence you get those spectacular views from up here as well. Now whilst you're up there, it's time to visit Monaco City, also referred to as the Old Town. See, the rest of Monaco is yachts and supercars, but not here. In Old Town is where you step back in time. It feels like a hidden village above the sea with winding medieval lanes and beautiful pastel houses. Now you'll want to explore the town, but keep walking until you get to the end where there's this incredible view of the ocean. And look at those people swimming. I'm very jealous that I didn't bring my trunk. The views from up here were just absolutely insane. It was so beautiful. The water's like crystal clear. And yeah, it's just a really lovely area. So you can like walk along the cliff by the gardens, and there's just these incredible views of Monaco. And on the other side, incredible views of the endless ocean. This walk along here was probably my favorite part of Monaco, to be honest. It's free, which definitely helps with my $15 limit, but it was just so beautiful. It probably helps as well that the weather was incredible that day. So after that, it was time to get to the last spot of the day. Now obviously the famous yacht harbor, Port Hercules, but we hadn't seen the other harbor yet, so it was time to go to the famous lookout spot. This here is Port de Fontvieille. So this marina is kind of tucked away almost beneath the dramatic cliffs of Monaco's Old Town, which we're at right now, which makes it feel more protected than the main harbor, and it was the perfect ending of my day in Monaco. But now it was time to find out the end question. Can you really have fun in Monaco on a budget? Oh wait, there's one more thing I need to buy. See, even if I had a budget larger than $15, I cannot afford to stay in Monaco, so it was time to catch the train to Nice, which I don't remember the price, but apparently it's about €5 each. So is it possible to have fun in Monaco with a budget of $15? Let's find out. 85 cents each for the croissant, $5.75 each for the salad, €1.50 each for the Coca-Cola, and €5 each for the train, which is a total of €13.10, which comes to $15.22. Challenge failed.